we insist principle number 3 must be socio-economic transformation. You cannot have patriotism. You have a united Uganda, you're working for a united Africa, but you have nothing to sell there. The society must change. The people who are teaching you about ideology, I don't know what they told you, but you see what happened in Europe. The society changed. If you go to the French Revolution of 1789, this is more than 200 years ago, almost 150 years ago. Europe had 4 social classes. It had the feudalists. Feudalists are people who, like the system they have here in Uganda, the one of Mairo and the tenants. That is a feudal system where there are landowners who take rent from tenants. So you had the feudalists, you had the middle class, which was coming up, the bourgeoisie, the middle class, the business people. Then you had the workers, the working class, the proletariat, which was also a new force. Then you had the peasants. But if you go to Europe today, you will not find the feudalists, they are no longer there. You will not find the peasants, they are no longer there. You will find 2 classes. You will find the middle class and the skilled working class. But here in Africa, we have been having a situation where a peasant produces another peasant. Omukorera kida azara omukorera kida namusikira. Or a tenant, like this one of Mairo, produces another tenant. So when will the society change? And you can see it in their lifestyle. This society here, they use manual. Everything is manual. Okulima manual, enkumbi. Firewood manual, okwetika kumutwe, enku from the chivira. Okweserente manual. I was you talk of cowboys. I was a cowboy myself. I used to wrestle down cows. Physically, you hold it by the horn and the arm, it pulls you up until you knock it down. Manual, everything manual. Obwana bonna abana bazukulu bafe babweka mu mugongo babisibire omulaba no wafulu figure yawo amusibide ku mugongo. Okuweka nakuweka it's part of the culture. Nakuweka, to prove that I am older than you. You will hear one girl telling another one nakuweka, to carry children on the back. The whole culture of manual. No intellectual labor, no machine labor. This is the difference between Europe and us. They shifted long ago from manual to machine and intellectual labor. That's what must happen here. Society must change. Change how? Through education and through business. Now, that's why those booklets, the ones I gave you, the one of the example of the cattle corridor from Buriza to Matafari, there was also another one which I wrote when I made a tour of the zonal parts of Uganda, called, it is entitled 4 sectors and 7 areas. Because others, for me, I don't need to be told what to do. I know what to do. You people who are here know what to do. But the wananchi are the ones who don't know what to do. So therefore, in these booklets, 4 sectors and the 7 ways for wealth and jobs creation. The 4 sectors where people can come in and do business are: number 1, commercial agriculture; number 2, industries, small factories, big factories; number 3, services, like this border, medical, lawyers, and so on, witch doctors. That's a service also, traditional service. Then ICT. Now, within the 4 sectors, I zeroed in on agriculture, because agriculture is the one nearest to the people. But because of the problem of land fragmentation, you see, people were not advised. In the 1960s, I was in Ankole fighting with those people there, and the elders were laughing at me, say, "Oh, Kauta's son became a communist. He thinks that all people can be equal." Because I was really worried about this, about Tasoma. And I was always fighting with them to get out of Korra Chida Chonka, from working only for the stomach to working for the stomach and the pocket, but also do it with Echibaro. Because if, for instance, you grow cotton, like I found the people in Paris are growing cotton, and yet you have got only 2 acres, because the land is already fragmented, you will not get anything out of it, because 1 acre will be for cassava, for the home. You have got only 1 acre to earn income for the family, and you put it to cotton. Cotton, when I visited that area, 1 acre was yielding 200 kilograms, and each kilo was 200 shillings. So in a year you would get 40,000 shillings. How would that support a family? So that's why I said, no, you must kora ekida nensawo, but also do so with Echibaro. That's why we identified a number of activities which can be done in a small area but bring good income. I'm sorry you didn't bring Nyakana here. Nyakana is a very good model. Babaranda, we should get time and invite Nyakana, the one of near Fort Portal, to preach to the presidential advisors on the issue of high income activities in a small area. Okora wafunda noja mchinene. That's why in the 1996 manifesto we had identified this. We put there the 4 acres model. That's why we said no, because you have already fragmented land. Tomaraga tomera crops and you grow. No. Like Ebikado in Busoga. The Ebikado, you can't get anything if you have got only 1 acre. Or even tea in Kabale area. Tea, you need many acres. So in the 1996 manifesto, We had already seen this problem, and I brought it to the party, and they put it in the manifesto, but nobody followed, nobody cared. That's why, therefore, we said no. The crops which can grow in a small area but bring good money, one of them is coffee. Some people claim that in Vietnam, they're able to get 18 million shillings from 1 acre. That's what they say. That's what Sempija told me once when he was Minister of Agriculture. That you can get 18 million from 1 acre of coffee. So in the 1996 manifesto, we put the 4 acres model. Mumaze oktematema etaka. Norwecho, you must do things, you must select enterprises which bring high return in a small area. Coffee, fruits like oranges and pineapples and mangoes. But even in the cold areas of Kasese, you can even do apples, which bring even more money. In Kabale, grapes, you can earn much more money from 1 acre. Then dairy, okurundira muchinyumba, dairy, and then of course food crops. Then a manju in the backyard. You put pigs if you are not, if you don't mind about pigs, or dairy cattle, okurundira ente muchiyumba, 8 cows, you can put them there. Or fish farming if you are near the river. This is now in order to enable, this is agriculture. Then of course if you go to industries, you can have maize meal, you can have whatever you are able to do. And then services and then ICT. So this is the third principle of the NRM, socio-economic transformation. By producing things for food security, but also for income, but using Jechibaro. Why? Because you have already fragmented the land. For the people who have not fragmented the land, for them they are free. They can do whatever they want. I can have, if you come to Chisozi and even Raikitora, you'll find that I have Ankore cows. I'm still keeping them to breed them for the country. Why? Because I have got a big land, I can have many of those cows. If I have got only 2 acres, I cannot afford to have Ankore cows because they will not bring any money. Especially that time before we had bred them for milk. Now they are changing. We have been breeding them. We have been concentrating the milk genes. So that's why I advised these fellows here, you go for the dairy cows, for the Frisian cows. Because you can have fewer of them, but you get good returns. So that is the principle number 3. And that's where you can really come in and help our people. For the people with big land, they are more flexible. They are the ones who can help us to grow cotton, because we need cotton for the country. But who is to grow it? I don't agree that the one of 2 acres should grow cotton, because he has got only 1 acre for earning him income, and he cannot play around with it. For him, we should go for the high value. But for people with big land, they can grow cotton for the country. They can grow maize. They can grow tobacco. They can grow avocado, so that we have both. But also, we should minimize the land fragmentation. It should not continue. You hear that in some of the groups, like all the groups, somebody has got 3 acres, he has got 10 children. When he dies, what was 3 acres disappears. And it becomes plots. Now, where shall we grow food in future? Very dangerous. So that is the third principle of the NRM, socio-economic transformation. Then the final principle is democracy, of course. That one is clear, and it is in order to be accountable to the people. That's what we fought for.